Good morning, everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about the company Asda, which is the third largest supermarket in UK. In 1999, Walmart took over Asda with the figure of 6.4 billion. So before that, it was based in Leeds. So we would like to talk about two competing models from motivational theory and the organizational structure in order to see how Asda is able to empower its employees and increase productivity. So we'd like to talk about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, theory of X and Y, the organizational culture, and the corporate culture as well. Firstly, I would like to talk about the motivational theory. It was by Maslow, and he pursued that we had 5 different hierarchy of needs and the way it can motivate us to increase our productivity. So right at the below, he decided to put our physical needs, because it was the basic. Our physical needs are the basic needs in order for survival. In order for Asda to match up with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they decided to focus on all 5 tiers. So at below, with food and drink and everything, they have their own set of staff canteen or provided for them, and they also provide training to improve their skills in order for them to enhance, which is the top hierarchy of tiers. And they also have promotions, and they also recognize their employees' hard work. So with that, they have promotion like Employee of the Week, or they promote them to supervisors or managers. And they also have festive events. So when they have Christmas or any other events like Easter or everything, they don't only focus on the employees, but they focus on the family members as well. So they'll have events organized for the kids of the employees. So this enhances the relation between the employees and the company itself, which becomes a motivational theory, as they will have a sense of belonging in the company. So they also have, whoever works in Asda, they also have a 10% off of whenever they purchase anything in Asda. And with Asda, it's you can basically buy everything. So it's not only just food and drink and all of that. They have clothes and the pharmaceutical area as well. So you can basically find all your needs in Asda. So with that, with 10% off, there can be a huge saving for employees. So which is one of the monetary benefits as well. So even with the security, they have a secure way of entering. So with the staff building, they have a proper ID card and password and PIN code and everything before they can enter the building. So it has the sense of security for their employees in the company. And so with the advantage of the Maslow's motivational theory, it has a natural appeal. So whatever is in the pyramid of the pyramid, you can see we can relate to that. So we know our basic need is our survival, or the top need of ours is to enhance our skills to be more productive. So it is also relevant, and it's inside in human nature. However, with the Maslow's theory, we can't actually verify it empirically. So even with that, he just assumes that the different section is what we believe as our motivational theory and how important each one is for us. But it fails to recognize that different culture has different way of identifying which is the most motivational factor for them. So for example, if it's recognizing the skills or performance, it might not be something that is most important in cultures where it's more strict and religious. Something more than that, how you appear or what you do might be more important than the skills and empowerment that they have. So it fails to identify the individual differences. So you might not recognize your top priority to be the self-motivation of being skills and everything. So your motivational factor could be different from mine. So it fails to recognize the individual differences. Now I would like to call Kumud to further present.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kumud, and I will be talking about the theory X and theory Y of motivation, and which theory is the more preferable style of management in the modern world, and which theory does Asda use to motivate its employees. Theory X states that the managers they assume that the people don't enjoy their work, and they come to work just to earn a living, and they don't take on new responsibilities, and they don't like their work. So it's not surprising that the managers that hold on to theory X have a close supervision on their team, and they have more tight control over their employees, and they don't they issue threats as well if they see any sign of goals being missed or deadlines being missed. In contrast to this, theory Y states that the managers that follow theory Y, they have a more liberal way of managing. The employees, they assume that the employees love their work and they take personal satisfaction in doing their work. The managers assume that the employees frequently exceed their expectations. So therefore, the managers that hold on to theory Y offer more freedom, and they often delegate decisions that the theory X managers would have just kept to themselves. They often, the whole style of management is to encourage employees to get more involved in the workplace. So, as a manager, what would you prefer, a theory X or Y? That depends on the company. But statistically, it's more, the theory Y is more effective in the modern world because this graph shows the relationship between the state of mind of the employees and the motivation levels. As you can see, that the employees that are bored are the least motivated, whereas the employees that are more engaged in their work are the most motivated. So the managers that focus on theory X have a more bureaucratical way of managing. So the employees are often fearful, and they don't like what they do, so they are mostly bored. But in theory Y, the people are engaged in their work, so they are mostly highly motivated. So the theory Y is the same theory that ASDA follows. It follows the Y theory style of management. There is a hierarchical structure and a strong chain of command that induces a feeling of togetherness among the employees. There is fairness and mutual respect in the company, and because of this, the employees, they feel like a part of a team, so they are more engaged in their work. And this organization preaches on mutual respect and understanding in the workplace. This organization caters to the need of the employees, and they often encourage employees to improve their skill set so that they can attain greater responsibilities in the workplace. So therefore, from all this analysis, we can say that ASDA follows theory Y style of management and does not believe in theory X style of management. With this, I'd like to end my slide and I'd like to call Preeti.
Now, I'll be talking about organizational culture. Organizational culture is a system of shared assumption, value, and belief that governs how people behave in the organization. These values develops and maintain a boundary of employees, how they behave in the organization. It controls the behavior of employees, how they act, dress, and perform in their job. And in ASDA, the key success for their business is organizational culture. It defines how they behave with the individual and how they interact with their customers. And their main motive is to give excellent service to their customers and to have respect for individual and to work with integrity. Seven characteristics of organizational culture is innovative, aggressive, outcome-oriented, stable, people-oriented, team-oriented, and detail-oriented. In innovative, it is in this characteristic, the workers don't have boss. They work. Cultures flexible. They are flexible and adaptable. They are flexible and adaptable, and they experiment with new ideas, which results loss or success. Aggressive This type of companies value competitiveness and outcome-oriented cultures are those that emphasize achievement, results, and action as important values. Stable cultures are predictable, rule-oriented, and bureaucratic. People-oriented, it values fairness, supportiveness, and respect for individual rights. These organizations truly live the mantra that people are the team-oriented. The companies are collaborative and emphasize cooperation among employees. Detail-oriented organization with detail-oriented cultures are characterized as emphasizing precision and paying attention to detail. Corporate culture. It is a belief, value, taboos, symbols, myths, and ritual all organization develops over time. It institutionalizes the type of behavior expected from people within the organization. Now I would like to call the stage.
Thank you, Preeti. Now I'll be talking about the organizational culture at ASDA. In this, I'll be talking about environment, leadership, and the people, and also talking about the external things. What do they do for the environment, like CSR? And starting with the leadership, managers in ASDA think that the act of managers directly impact on their colleagues, and saying that they ASDA believe that leaders should be polite and approaching, so that the colleagues will be comfortable, will feel more valued, and also more supportive, and they can they can do better work, and the operation of the company can be better. And talking about the environment, working environment in ASDA is accepted by the people, because in 2013 when the ASDA did research on did the research, and then they found that the colleagues believe that there is fairness at work, opportunity for all, and respect for each other, which means that fairness at work means when a colleague do better work, the leader recognize their work, and they recognize their work. And talking about the opportunity for all, the leaders are responsible to provide the opportunity for their colleagues and respect for each other. This is the main criteria of ASDA, because every colleagues, although they are from the different culture, from the diverse culture, they respect each other, and the culture is diverse and culture friendly. Now talking about the charity, each and every year they do the charity for many things like education and etc. And they have set out the target of 50 million pounds for the breast cancer victims in coming 20 years. And talking about the environment, they have set the target of reducing the 30% of their diesel, like petroleum gas, to electricity, so that they can do better for the environment as well. So now this is this is how the motivational and motivation can lead to the better operation in the organization. Now we would like to end our presentation, and if you have any further questions, you can.